We all know what happened in the Granite State Tuesday. Sanders won and won big, and that should have been expected because he's from a state right next door. This is why I could not understand how people sounded stunned when he won the way he did. Now, he did speak right after his win there.
Thank you, New Hampshire. We will need to come together in a few months and unite this party and this nation, because the right-wing Republicans we oppose must not be allowed to gain the presidency. Thank you, New Hampshire. And now it's on to Nevada, South Carolina, and beyond.
If anything, his people are passionate, no question about it at all. Now for Clinton, yeah, she got completely smoked in the primary. It sounded like she is staying the course, at least in this video from Tuesday night.
Begin by congratulating Senator Sanders on his victory tonight, and I want to thank each and every one of you, and I want to say I still love New Hampshire, and I always will. We also have to break through the barriers of bigotry. African American parents shouldn't have to worry that their children will be harassed, humiliated, even shot because of the color of their skin. Immigrant families shouldn't have to lie awake at night listening for a knock on the door. LGBT Americans shouldn't be fired from their jobs because of who they are or who they love. And let's finally deliver something long overdue, equal pay for women in this economy.
Now for the record, I tape on Fridays, and I know there was a debate Thursday night in Milwaukee, and things changed. However, the server that I used for the show was not updated as of this taping, so I decided not to talk about that at all. I do, on the other hand, want to talk about what they are pandering to. Mr. Sanders was in the New York section of Harlem this week, and he met with Al Sharpton for a cup of coffee. Now, before I begin, here's what some of the Sanders supporters said.
I'm so excited because Bernie was here and Al Sharpton was here, and having them in this community means a lot, and seeing how everything's running so smooth. It was great seeing them. It was very exciting. It makes me feel like he is really going to do a lot for us, and that he's going to help us, and that he cares for us, and he cares for our community, and he's here to, to grace his presence. It's beautiful. It really is.
I like Bernie because he believes that everyone deserves health care, he believes that everyone deserves education, and he believes that we shouldn't have a corrupt system, we shouldn't have a corrupt economy, and that's something that I truly believe in. I was a student, I'm still paying back student loans, and it's really difficult. It affects your life for years. So that to me is something very important.
Thank you. Now I want to make one thing totally clear in this. Black Americans are fed up with what is going on in their community. There's no doubt about that. So much so that even Clinton spoke about it in her speech Tuesday night after her loss. But here's the problem comes in. As you're about to watch in her press conference, here's what she said, and after that what Sharpton basically said to Sanders to pander to him.
I spent about 20 minutes one-on-one with Senator Sanders and talked about the issues that affect our communities around the country. I think it is very important that he sent the signal that on the morning after a historic victory, it's the widest margin we've seen in the history of New Hampshire, he would come to Harlem and have breakfast with me.
I got huge issues with this. For starters, who in the hell are you to speak for all us like that? Let's start right there. You had your 15 minutes of fame 15 years ago. Then you go on television the next day and publicly state that you have not endorsed anyone. Now everyone knows that is a huge load, but with makeup on it. The way you are acting in your meeting, you already made your decision and you wanted him to be groveling on his hands and knees. Let's face it, the Democratic Black Caucus just endorsed Clinton, but I already knew that and expected that 4 years ago. By the way, Mrs. Clinton, you are not getting a pass on this. The way you are acting, you already think that is a wrap on that and you will get the black vote, and I got news flash for you. It will not be that easy this time. Black Americans are going through something that you may never see again. They are, for the first time in a very long time, politically active, and that is something they have never heard of. They have something they never had, and that is called options. I apologize for that. Never before anyone seen the choices. Even Donald Trump is picking up black supporters, and that is something that even I thought would never happen. This could be the last election black Americans being almost all in for Democrats, and that is the story no one is talking about.